fashion.
Yeah.
But it was a fun time when we were there. It was, I say we because I still go back and I still know a lot of the designers back in Detroit. And there's going to be a big show again with the Ferraris and the Cadillacs from the league's past two design projects at Eyes on Design.
Yes. And that's next month?
Next month,
okay.
Father's Day,
Father's Day, okay.
June 21st.
That'll be very cool, very cool. So let's take a look at some of your work.
Some of these are well, I don't know if you can even see these. I don't know if these are Canson drawings where I would just do a highlighting of Prismacolor.
Very cool.
And
Yes, this one I saw. What are you most proud of during your time at General Motors?
I sold a bumper once.
You sold a bumper?
I actually feel I left too soon.
Okay.
It's hard. I did some things in Oldsmobile too, but it's not a individual thing. It's a team thing.
Right.
So many times you can look at a car and think, was that my taillight or not? Because so many times another designer will enhance it even more so. So it's hard to pinpoint. Nowadays they do that where you can say an automobile was designed by the total person.
Right, even though it was very much a group effort.
Exactly.
Right.
And these were just really fun things. This was Cadillac.
Cool colors.
And then I was in Advanced Buick.
I love those taillights so much.
And this is a while ago. And of course now I would take a drawing.
That's such a good line.
I would take a drawing and scan it in the computer and really enhance it with Photoshop because I do my airbrushing and I don't get my fingernails dirty. But the computer really has revolutionized the industry. But I still like to start sketching by hand.
Or always saying the same thing. Yeah. Very much the same thing.
There's that line variation that you cannot, there are some programs you can get line variation, but I like the pencil to the paper first. And then there's many lines you draw, and then you know which one is the correct one.
Exactly.
So these are just these are just roughs. These would not be even shown. This size is for me. This is what I would call a doodle. If someone like this size, then we would draw, I thought I had one more example, but I don't have it here. I think it's in another book. This size would be drawn up to larger than this yet, probably about this scale. Then if that was we would do a full scale automobile with black tape and airbrushing to make that kind of a quick drawing to see is it right proportions. And from there it was brought in, the executives would come in and say, yeah, we like it, or no, we don't, or tweak this here. And it was easy to pull that black tape off and move the line. Very different, I'm sure, than what the industry does today.
We still use tape.
They still do?
Yeah, tape is.
We did a tape drawing with the rally fighter.
Yeah, we have the package that is made
Oh,
of
excellent,
tape.
yes, that's it, on vellum. Yep, to scale.
Yeah.
With the drawings, yeah. That's great. You get a quick change that way.
And how you transitioned from General Motors to
GM to GE.
To GE.
I was always going to write a book on my life with the Generals.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I have the title, but not the story. But GE took me to Rhode Island. I mean, I went 3 different locations with General Electric. Took me to Rhode Island where there was a job of chimes, doorbell chimes, and they took me to Rhode Island for that, wiring devices, and I loved it out here, and I've never left. I think I've been here 25 years now.
It's a beautiful area.
Pretty area, yes.
And you have many design passions within the industrial design world, and you've even written and illustrated books.
This happened only because, well, this is my kind of my portfolio of different products that I worked on, things remembered, just many different things, Gorham, Lennox items. But what was happening in the last couple of years with this recession coming on, I noticed that design calling or the passion wasn't the passion was there. The people weren't there to call on. They were just winding their new products down, which is kind of a shame, because when this industry gets back again, the design should be there, ready to roll, not wait for this to happen. But this is usually what happens in the design world. Design is one of the last people to be called. Then it's always a rush. However, I like to work under pressure. Shouldn't tell people that. But
Is that true of all designers, Earl, or most? Working under pressure?
Yeah, the way it is.
Yeah. For all of you that are watching this from the community, I think that might be the case, because I'm the one that receives the competition entries at the very last minute. The last hair of the last minute.
5 minutes before the deadline. We love it.
That's the way it is. A sleepless night.
Very.
Before.
Oh, I'm still a night person too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, many pull all-nighters a lot. A lot. So what happened was, I saw the industry, product design was going weak, and so I decided I'm going to write a book, because I talk with pictures anyhow. And I thought, well, what age group would I do? Well, if I talk with pictures, children who cannot read may like my designs or my drawings. So I've, of course, the passion of Santa Claus with the red little guy, and he's blue because it's my imagination that he's invisible. But basically, I've designed by words, and I always was in question of how Santa got in my house, because I didn't have a chimney. And now I found out that maybe he just got in this way.
Yeah, if you can't see this closely, Santa, and it's a blue invisible Santa, has sort of floated through the door lock here.
And of course my Santa sleigh is chrome.
It's chrome. I like that. Sort of a very cool Santa.
So what has happened the last 3 years, when our industry has been very slow, product design industry, I've been writing books, a book a year.
A book a year.
And so now I'm giving talks on how to design a book. How you start, how you finish, how you do it, because I self-published.
You self-published. Was that very challenging?
Very,
Yeah.
very. But I love it. I'm in control this way. And I think that's part of our design effort. We like to be in control of every detail. And this way I get my detail of the books.
It's quite impressive.
But of course, now I'm going back into the automobile, having fun with your company, Local Motors, with the competitions, and that was fun.
We're so excited to have you. And Earl and I were talking about your visit, and it's we are really impressed with your career so far. And as we're part of a new car company and a new car design community, not to put you on the spot too much, but we're wondering, what advice do you have for us from the onset as you look at what we're doing? And it's a big task that we're undertaking, trying to bring cars to market in local areas. Only the cars people want, and we're trying to create sort of an even playing field for designers around the world. If you can design a car that people want, we want to build it. Do you have any advice for us?
Advice mostly to your audience for designers. Keep up with the industry. Keep up with the technology. Not only the computer, your software programs, but your competition. What is your competition doing in the automotive industry too? Change. Constantly change. Don't get stuck on one idea. I mean, I never thought I'd be writing books. I mean, it's a great little income, writing books.
Yeah.
And you never know when the next idea is going to hit. And my passion is still automobiles, but sometimes you have to change with the industry. And right now, this is working because grandparents don't want the children to feel the pain of the recession. So they're buying. But hopefully we will get back to the automotive and the passion that we all love so dear.
I hope so too. We will. We will.
Change.
And I can't wait to thumb through these. These are going to be excellent additions to my little brother's collection. So,
Very good.
yeah. Do we have any other questions for Joan or Earl?
It's okay.
That's okay? Okay. Thank you so much.
Quite an honor.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, that's.
Thank you.